Steve Spangenberg from the Home Based Business Tax Coach, here today to talk to you about why we even pay income taxes to begin with. Now, before we start, I just want to tell you that I've been doing taxes now for home-based businesses for over 47 years. And I started when I was 14 years old with my mom's Avon lady. And I learned very quickly that the only way to reduce your taxes permanently is by the use of a home-based business. So we'll get into that a little later in the video, but I want to talk about why we even do this to begin with. And I never really delved into this until here late because my philosophy from the very get-go was to pay the least amount of tax possible. Warren Buffett says that it's everybody's responsibility to pay the least tax possible. And you'll see why he said that pretty soon. You see, I started filing my own taxes when I was 13 years old. And yes, you can file taxes when you were 13 years old. I had two paper routes. At that particular time, I was making $150 a week at 13 years old. And yes, you had to declare that on your taxes. Now, I wasn't subject to self-employment tax. And it took me a little while to get to to where I hit the standard deduction. But even so, my deal was I'm going to pay the least amount possible. And when I was 14, I started with my mom's Avon lady working on reducing her taxes. Now, why do we pay taxes? Now, there's this thing going around called the modern monetary theory, and it makes sense to me. It might not make sense to you. This is my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. It'll give you some context around why you should want to lower your taxes as much as possible. Now, back in the day, they had people that were bartering. They had people that somebody made shoes, somebody made shovels, somebody had farmed, and they would barter for all these different things. Well, after a while, everybody has shoes and everybody has shovels and all those different things. What do you do then? But then a bigger problem came. All these people were like, well, we have common things. We have to build roads. We have to build bridges. We have to take care of the common good. So the government said, hey, how can we can't build all these things. How can we get people to do this? So what they did was they went to people who could build roads and such, and they said, we're going to give you a contract, and then based on this contract, you're going to give us some of that back as a tax. So we're going to give you an incentive to do it, but you're going to give us some back in a tax. And that's how taxes started along. Now, you can fact check me, you can do whatever you want, that's cool. But it says to me that the government basically has unlimited power to print money. With that being said, I'm just going to turn this off. With that being said, if the government has unlimited power to print money, that means that they can go out and do whatever they wish, even though they don't have the tax revenue to do it. Which means your $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a year, middle class family, federal income taxes, means those taxes, why don't you reduce them as much as you can? Because let's just pretend that you can reduce your taxes by $5,000 a year. And I do that for people between $2,000 to $5,000 a year through the use of a home-based business. Reduce your taxes $5,000. Do you really, really think in the heart of hearts that the government is going to miss your $5,000? That they're going to have to stop a program because you didn't pay in $5,000 more? Now, $5,000, you put $5,000 away for 30, 40 years, you got a heap of money. That's not bad. Okay? Even if you invested in a self-employed retirement plan, then you get the double deduction, just like that. So when I started delving into this, I always was about paying less in taxes. I just didn't know why, really. I mean, what the government collects in revenue doesn't even pay the interest on the deficit. So I said all that to say, why do we even pay them anyway? Just to give you a little bit of a context. It's not a great revelation per se. It's just to give you some context and say, hey, maybe I ought to do what I need to do to get my taxes down. Just imagine if you got a $5,000 tax-free raise at work. What would that mean for you? What would that mean for your family? You could buy a car, have enough money for payments for another car, or buy some of those expensive eggs. It means different things to different people. But I just wanted to let you know that. Now, if you want to know all the information on how to lower your taxes between $2,000 and $5,000 a year, go to www.createmyeconomy.com. You can check out that. You can invest $7 in your tax education and find out how you can save a whole heap of money. Every tax situation is different. Not all the deductions may apply to you, and it is not legal advice. So I hope you found this video informative. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel. There's many other videos out there that you can avail yourself to. This is Steve Spangenberg from the Home Based Business Tax Coach. I hope you make it a great day.